Cancer, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Guys, it is an energy reading. It's your reading. You take it how and where it resonates in your life. It comes to you at exactly the right time. There's lots of timeless messages on this channel. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and peruse through them to your heart's content. I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation that I hope you will visit eventually, someday. I do a weekly forecast for Cancer. So I hope that you enjoy that, and we'll go check out the channel too. Let's see what's come on the table for us. If those of you are looking for, if anybody out there is looking for personal readings, I absolutely do those. Please check out my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. This is interesting. So right now we have Spirit has your back and overcome any obstacle. Okay? But then what we have in the past is freedom is yours. So this is something, think back in your life before we go on to what's come out over here. Think back, Cancerians, with me. Where was this freedom? Where was this liberation? When did all of a sudden you feel this huge weight lifted off your chest and like you were finally able to be who you are and connect with your own uniqueness? Like, when was it? It wasn't that long ago, but it was in the past. Spirit has your back is coming here now, which means maybe authority figures or somebody that's established, a government, or just freedom in general. And then we have overcome any obstacles. So this is big energy when it comes to getting freedom, finally, from a huge obstacle. Now, this is worrisome. I don't know why. We have take a leap of faith. When it's in reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean bad luck. It simply means you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to take a leap. It's like it's already been done for you. And see the big picture. It means that you're not seeing the big picture, or that maybe you don't have to look any further than what you already have. It's like that lesson that Dorothy learned at the end of The Wizard of Oz. If what is her aunt? What did she say to her aunt? Something about realizing that she never really was missing anything to begin with. That's what it was. If you can't find your heart in your own backyard, then you were never really missing it to begin with. So it's like something is closer than you realize. And hopefully this week there's kind of large sight over, like trusting in spirit, connecting with God to see what you can't see. Because this is a sense of spirit gets it, spirit sees it, but you don't necessarily. So it's this guidance that you're going to get that is going to enable you to overcome an obstacle, right? See the big picture and take a leap of faith. The sense of it's closer than you realize, or you just have to stay there, stay still. It's not about moving around. But I want to get specifics. Why are these energies in reverse? Because it can be a little bit of, no, I don't want to say that, so I'm not going to. Can you please articulate what is that energy? It's clarity. We have the Queen of Swords. I don't know if you're dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, but she represents a level of objectivity that helps you kind of not take things personally and see your way forward. This could also be advice that comes in or comes through. But what I just heard in my head is problem solved. So I want to understand, what is this problem that's going to be solved? You have a beautiful new moon happening on August 16th. Something with finances or an exchange of money or changing hands. Something with money not being necessarily stable, or your resources not being necessarily stable. Okay. What about that? You have Queen of Cups. Somebody is very loving and caring, or connectivity to your heart, figuring how to connect to your heart, but then there's somebody being dumped. Was somebody being dumped? Was somebody left behind? Somebody who loved you, or you felt like you were dumped? There's definitely a change that's coming here when it comes to constantly feeling like you're alone and left out. Alone and left out of what? That's the question. Alone and left out of what? This is nostalgia for a connectivity or a connection that you had maybe when you were younger, or alone and left out of a house or a home or financial abundance and happiness. King of Swords is there's clarity here somehow. Well, what is the clarity? No, that's not clarity at all. That's lack of clarity. What is the clarity? I think Cancers just want a straight answer. No subjectiveness. We have the Four of Cups, which is not being able to make a decision. Not knowing if you're interested. But there's Justice here, which means that a new opportunity or a restart, something that is just, something like a decision that is made. And once again, we're getting this is Libra energy. Could be Libra, and you're going to find out something you didn't know that has been really messing with you and making you feel shitty. And you're thinking, oh, it could have been, it could have been, it could have been. There is information coming through to you this week that is going to show you no, it could not have been, or what it really was. And that is going to help you release any kind of hurt or sadness that you have been feeling because you felt like you have been perpetually abandoned. Cancer. Oh, and then what happens? Then what happens? Happiness. Reconnecting. It's just like learning like everything is okay. We have the King of Cups here, so being able to feel emotionally certain and secure, being able to really feel like you have your full power and really feel fulfilled. We have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups out here, so this sense of knowing how to give and knowing how to receive and knowing who is worth giving to. This recognition that not everybody is, and that you have a right to be choosy and selective with who you let into your inner circle. But there is such contentment and happiness that is surrounding you toward the end of this week. And I'd like to know why. Let's get a moon card, because we need one. Be bold and make the first move. This is around the new moon, and a fiery climax approaches. So there's some sort of confrontation that you're going to get in this week. I don't think it's fighting as much as it is just you have to face this. Face your emotions, face your feelings, or like expelling your emotions, like letting them out. Allowing yourself to feel what you gotta feel. Be bold and make the first move. That's you. You're making the first move. So why? What is this? What is this about? For Cancerian energy, what is this about? It is basically saying that you've got to take the initiative on something. Deep knowing. It's like this is the answer. This is the new moon. Because check it. It looks like actually two moons conjuncting. It's saying that you will know that you have a deep understanding intuitively of what the right choice is. There's also a psychic connection here between these two moons. These are two full moons this month of August. So there is that sense of between these two moons, you have this deep understanding and comprehension of your feelings. It says you're strong. It's saying that that's what it is. That you'll have the emotional strength to act in a way that you normally wouldn't. Be more bold. And that boldness is actually going to get you seen. And I don't think you're trying to get attention. I think you're just not trying to avoid getting attention. Right? And that's why you stand out. There is this knowing and certainty about what you feel now that is making you're not backing down. It's like I said, it's not about a fight. It's about just not retreating. Can you just tell me a little bit about what this is, God? The Tower is here. I think intuitive, and it's got to do with something that you were majorly afraid of, or a major contract, or a major obligation that you had. This is all coming apart. And I'll tell you this right now, you already know it. Because you've got such a sense of psychic energy here that, as crazy as it sounds, you could feel it. You knew it was coming. And God is intervening on your behalf. So this is Jesus saved your life kind of energy. But it's, what is it that you have been feeling? There is something that needs to pop. That is going to pop this week. The Hanged Man. It's made you stuck. It could be some sort of obligations, rules, laws, regulations that are making you stuck and that have destroyed things because you can't move forward. You've got that feeling of stuck, right? Well, guess what? We're getting unstuck this week. I need to know more about the Tower. Remember, there's always an extended reading, and I hope you guys will join me for it. I will attach the links down below. I'll pin it to the top of the description box. I'll pin it to the top of the comment section. Come on over and enjoy these deep conversations with me. So, hold on. What is the Tower? That's what I wanted to clarify. What is this Tower, God? Does it have to do with, it's heartbreak? You may have to take, what do you mean heartbreak? What do you mean? The Tower is heartbreak. It's sadness. 3 of Cups. So you have the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. It's something you've been worried about. And then we have the Star card. The Tower is heartbreak. But then there is celebration that comes through. And the ability to make your dreams come true. So on this heartbreak, upon this heartbreak, there is also a beautiful sense of happiness or celebration. Why? Why would we be celebrating heartbreak? Remember, we do have, it's almost like you're going to be glad that your heart was broken at one point, because ultimately there is that's the recognition. That's what you're going to see. That whatever had broken your heart, it actually liberated you. Okay, so just clarify this 3 of Swords, please. It's 4 of Cups. It's like you weren't sure of something and you weren't ready to pick it up and accept it. Or you didn't know how good of an opportunity this was. It's almost like you felt like you were being forced into something, but you're not being forced into it. And it may be that Spirit just gets a little rough with you this week and forces you into it because for some reason you're still hemming and hawing. You're not making a decision. God is trying to hand you this blessing and you keep refusing it because it's not wrapped in the right package. Well, it's almost like this week, God's going to pick up your hand, force your fingers open, and shove that bitch in. You know, there's a stubbornness about us that I think happens because we as Cancerians confuse our emotions for our psychic powers. Emotions are shit. Emotions are the poop and piss of your psyche. They're just defecation. You've got to feel. Feeling is important. But you've also got to not shit all over yourself, be childish, or keep it around. You got to let it go. Let it flow and let it go and flush it. That's not your psychic powers. Your psychic ability, which we have bounds, leaps and bounds, is very different. And I think psychically you already know. Just take it. This is it. but you've been resisting because your feelings aren't, fuck your feelings. This is this sense of, you got to put your hand out and take this anyway. What is this that God is trying to hook us up with? Let's go to the videotape. We're going to go to the extended right now. I'll see you guys there. Links are down below.